Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We are going to have a meeting this Saturday at the downtown Prescott Library in the Founders Room downstairs near the children's area. And I'm creating this video in case you cannot make it to the meeting so that you understand what it is that we hope to accomplish here in Prescott. We are opening a Montessori charter school. It's going to be called New Century Montessori. And it will be serving children ages 18 months through 8th grade. And I just want to clarify that 18 months through 4.5-year-olds or pre-kindergarten will be a tuition-based program, whereas kindergarten through 8th grade will be part of the charter, and that is a tuition-free program. So we're going to briefly discuss the background of Maria Montessori. We're going to talk about the method. We're going to talk about primary and elementary classrooms, the adolescent community, the planes of development, concentration, observation, and Montessori teacher training. We're going to talk about the differences between a traditional school setting and a Montessori prepared environment. I have 3 videos that I'm going to provide access to. We may not have time to watch all of them, but I will include them in the notes below so that you can watch them at your leisure. One of them is, it's called Montessori Madness, and it's by a father who had his children in a public school and then discovered a Montessori school. His name is Trevor Eisler. Another one is by Dr. Stephen Hughes. And he is a child neurologist, a pediatric neurologist, and he discovered Montessori. He talks about the future of education. And then another video talks about the history of Maria and how she came to discover the method and create the materials and learn to observe and keep records on the children and create a Montessori environment and the teacher training involved with that. So there's the Association of Montessori International, which is our background, and then there is the American Montessori Society. And both trainings are different. I always encourage parents to please go and observe Montessori schools. If you're traveling and you see a Montessori school, please take the time to go and observe the community. Call them, make an appointment, stop in, say hello, and hopefully you will have the pleasure of being served by a child. So one of the tenets in a Montessori classroom is grace and courtesy. The children as young as 2 years old will introduce themselves to you and offer you a snack or a beverage, and then they will bring it over to you on a tray and set up an area for you to enjoy your snack or beverage. And they're using their grace and courtesy by saying please and thank you and creating a connection with the observer in the classroom. It's a really beautiful experience to watch. I highly recommend it. It's just so fascinating to see such a young child. They have so much more potential than we give them credit for. So we're going to discuss the governance of the school. We're going to discuss funding, and we are going to discuss how our school is going to differ from other charter school environments. We're going to have an executive board that's like an umbrella that oversees all of the school, and then we're going to have an administrative board that pays more attention to details. For instance, the executive board might be involved in hiring a teacher and hiring an assistant director or an office manager, whereas the administrative board might be more involved in providing resources for the children to make sure they have all of the materials they need. The executive board's also more involved in charter regulations and making sure that the school is abiding by all of the Arizona State Board charter regulations. We are going to be working with local business sponsorships for funding. We're going to be making lots of fundraising efforts. We are going to have state and federal dollars in order to hire the teachers, pay salaries, create the environments with all of the materials needed, have the office environment set up for administration, and so on and so forth. So on and so forth. We are going to participate in the tax credit donation program, and that's parents and businesses alike. We differ from other charter schools because we are going to have the Montessori philosophy. We are going to have Montessori trained teachers, and we have experienced leadership. We're going to provide toddler and primary communities, as well as elementary and adolescent communities. The toddler and primary communities will be 18 months. The toddler community will be 18 months to 2.5 or 3-year-olds, and the primary community will be 2.5 to 5 or 6-year-olds. The elementary community will be 6 to 12-year-olds, and the adolescent community will be 12 to 15-year-olds. We're going to foster as much independence as possible. We're going to honor the 3-hour work cycle in the mornings. We're going to have child-centered learning with prepared environments where the focus is on the child's independence and concentration. We're going to have multi-age classrooms. Children's choice is going to be at the forefront. We're going to offer freedom of movement. Once again, we're going to encourage that concentration with lots of lessons. We're going to create a respectful environment with lots of grace and courtesy, and we're going to honor the 3-hour work cycle. We are currently in need of parent volunteers to help us get the school up and running. We need help getting the word out about the school. We hope to open in 2024. We need help with the budget. We need help in fundraising efforts, and basically just getting the word out to the community and letting everybody know that we're coming. So exciting. You can reach us at ncmcharter@gmail.com. It stands for New Century Montessori School, so it's ncmcharter@gmail.com. And please feel free to share this video with your friends and family here in Prescott. We're going to continue to have community meetings as often as possible, and we also need help editing the charter. We want to get it submitted to the charter board as quickly as possible. It is almost finished, but we do need some help. So it's a pretty interesting process getting through the charter board, the Arizona State Charter Board. So please feel free to email me if you have any questions or comment on the video below. I will do my best to answer your questions as quickly as possible. Once again, that's ncmcharter@gmail.com. I'm Christina Houston, and thank you for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday or hearing from you in the comments or through email. Thank you again. I hope you all enjoy your day.